I had to share this story of one of the coolest things that happened to me at a market this weekend. And within this story is actually a lesson for so many of us makers and designers that you'll need to remember. As most of you know who have done markets, preparing for them is such a tedious task. Physically, mentally, we overanalyze everything. And one of the things that I was overanalyzing is to whether or not to bring my artwork to a market that would probably sell more of my smaller items than my big pieces. So after debating and debating, I decided the night before that I am going to take some of my art pieces. And I did that because I know that they serve as a beautiful backdrop of what I love to do that can draw people in and catch the eye, and also share a story of why I love to create the art pieces that I do. So comes the next thing I need to overanalyze. What art pieces to take? Because this event was geared more towards an outdoorsy crowd, maybe more masculine than feminine. Big Truck Farm Brewery. I mean, it's kind of like in the name itself. I came across a gorgeous butterfly that I had created a long time ago that was, I mounted on a walnut background, and it's a piece of mine that I absolutely love. And I literally left it upstairs, and I thought, I'm gonna take my longhorn, I'm gonna take my wolf, I'm gonna take my Highland cows, because everyone loves the fuzzy cow, and I left it upstairs. Then I decided last minute, my brain kicked in and it said, you know what, you might as well take it because I already have it, and it only takes one person. And from here on out, I am forever gonna remind myself it only takes one person. We were at the market on Saturday and it was kind of slow, but a couple hours into it, a lady walked by and she stopped in her tracks and she was looking at the art, and she said, those little plaques next to your art pieces, what is that? Are they connected? And I said, oh yeah, absolutely. I said, they talk about the inspiration behind the piece, and I was gonna tell her about the wood species, the amount of wood it took to create these beautiful art pieces, and the name that's connected to it, and she didn't even care. She said, I'll take it. I want the butterfly. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, I'll take it. I want that one. And I was like, oh my gosh. And of course, when a big art piece sells for makers, we're like, word vomit. We want to hug people and we want to be super awkward because we're that excited, but I had to keep my cool. So I was like, okay. So my butterfly's name was Audrey, and I pulled it off and I said, I'm going to bubble wrap this for you really good. And she came over and she said, this is amazing. She said, this is so beautiful, and this means so much to me because my daughter's name is Audrey and we grow monarch butterflies together. And it, just reminded her of her daughter and that special symbol that draws them together that is unique and between the both of them. And in that moment, I was so grateful and my heart was exploding because not only was she buying the artwork, but she had a story behind the piece that I want people to make when it comes to connecting with art pieces. So makers, I hope you remember this is why we do what we do, because you might have taken your art pieces from show to show, but it only takes one person to remind us how much meaning our work can hold.